okay, so real quick. And back when my sister, my mom, and we were living in Houston, Texas. It was the 80s, and I was 8 years old. And my sister and I, after school, we went to these babysitters' house, and they were running a daycare out of their apartment. So right there, shady, right? So my sister and I would go after school, and they would often have too many kids. So what would happen was when parents would come pick up, they would ask my sister and I to take some of the kids back in one of the bedrooms and keep them quiet. And we would we would go in the closet with the kids and keep them quiet.
So were you older than these kids, or were you
a lot of times we were? My sister and I were the older two, definitely. So we had some authority, and so we would play like the quiet game or whatever in the closet to keep them quiet. You know what I mean? And then, and this is true, and then to reward us, they would give us things like almond joys, Mounds, Cokes, cigarettes, and a whole bunch of other stuff I could unpack. They were not good babysitters. I call them my Dateline babysitters. Yeah. So one night, I guess I had done a really good job of keeping some kids quiet in a closet, and they were out of almond joys, and I got a cigarette. But it was a hard day, so I decided to take my smoke break outside, and I rode my Schwinn around the apartment complex.
And how old were you again?
I think at this point I might have been 9, because I know I turned 9 while we were there, so 8 or 9.
Right.
And I smoked a cigarette and rode my Schwinn.
Cruising around the apartment complex.
And then my blood brother Santos.
And who was Santos again?
Santos was the gay maintenance man who was my blood brother, and I love him to pieces. And he saw me, and it actually was a blessing because he told my mom, and that blew the whole thing out of the water, and they ended up shutting the whole babysitters down, took them to court. The state interviewed me, and it was a whole thing. My mom was on the news, and so that was my big brother looking out for me. And yes, and I don't know, how you like to enjoy your smoke breaks when you're 9, 8 years old, but I like to enjoy them on my Schwinn.
Your Schwinn.
So
you just have it just in your like both hands.
Listen, I was full on I was having that cigarette and letting everybody around me see. That's how messed up was I as a kid that I thought there was nothing wrong with smoke. And it was dusk. It was getting kind of dusk, and I was just cruising around.
It's the best time.
Smoking that cigarette.
That's right.
Just flying around that apartment complex.